It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Well, it's time for a Friday's Fireside Chat. I lit the Sharp Interactive fireplace. You can see that flame flickering. Folks, you might want to pay attention to the flame. This video might get a little passionate. I might start yelling, and I want you to be calm. But, folks, I had a great opportunity to go to Houston, Texas this week and visit with my friends at Impact Networking. And obviously, I'm a big fan of Impact Networking. I love organizations that understand the managed services space, that have the discipline to go into the marketplace and deliver it profitably and successfully because they know what they're going after. They know the right customer. They're doing all these wonderful things. I've shared their story, and I'll continue to share more of that story. I got my good friend down there, Milton Barley at ImageQuest LLC, Nashville, Tennessee. I love this guy, right? Been talking about Milton's business for a long time. Folks, it can be done. Today, I want to suggest something to all of my friends in the print space. When you think of managed IT, I want you to think of it this way. 5-figure monthly contract, managed IT. 5-figure monthly contract, managed IT. In other words, your managed IT platform won't consist of anything less than a 5-figure monthly service contract. Boy, folks, bang that into your head. Build your infrastructure to accommodate that. Get the right human capital in the bus to help you on that journey, because that's where you got to go. And it can be done. It absolutely can be done. The problem is our industry's been listening to these crazy master service providers that are in our space, telling us the same shit over and over for like a decade plus, and they're not holding you accountable to performance. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that the consultants in the space, a lot of them, the master service providers in the space, well, I believe that they've been able to monetize your incompetence. And I don't think your incompetence is based on you being stupid. I think your incompetence is based on, well, unconsciousness. You're unconsciously incompetent. And these consultants and these master service providers have taken advantage of that. They figured out how to monetize that because they can tell you what the hell you want to hear and you get all damn excited about it. And over the last decade and a half, we've had dealers running around doing really crazy, nutty things with IT. They're not selling assessments. They're chasing $1,500 and $3,000 a month service contracts. How stupid is this? They're trying to build a lifestyle IT services company to replace a business of print services, a real business. They're trying to replace this real business they spent decades to build with some kind of lifestyle IT business because the consultants they're talking to are crackpots. Talking about 37% EBITDAs and all the horse shit I hear out in the marketplace makes my head spin. But folks, the bottom line is this can be done. It just takes discipline. It takes the right human capital, that's for sure. It takes investments, that's for sure. But if you don't do it, you're going to be left behind. This week or next week, we're going to start seeing the OEM's financials hitting the street. I'll talk about Xerox's year-end financials on Monday. But as we look at these OEM financials, we're all going to start realizing the industry is in trouble, okay? The industry's in trouble. I've been warning about all of this for a long time. We all know where this is going. But when I look at the OEMs and some of the OEMs that are in IT and you listen to how they're talking about IT services, I get scared to death. When you listen to some of the bigger dealers talk about IT services, I get scared to death. When I listen to my smaller dealer friends talking about IT services, I really get scared to death. You know, someone told me a long time ago, Ray, the greatest thing about that industry is the salespeople. And the worst thing about that industry is the salespeople regarding managed IT. And I thought, well, that's kind of interesting. Share with me why you say that. He said, because the salespeople of the industry are good salespeople. There's no doubt about that. And if the leadership in that dealership doesn't know what they're doing around IT services, doesn't understand the need to go upstream, and allows these really good salespeople to go schlep IT like they're selling a segment one copy machine, they'll sell a shitload of them. They'll sell a whole lot of contracts for $1,500 or $3,000 because they're good salespeople, but they're going to sell it to the wrong end user. They're going to sell managed IT services to an end users that don't value any kind of robust or complicated services that they're willing to pay for. These really good salespeople will run around and sell these $1,500 and $3,000 a month service contracts, and they'll tell the customer things like, we don't have any escalations. When you sign with us, it'll be the same price forever. And the reason they say that is because the dealer owners and the people that are putting all these programs together aren't paying attention to realities, and they're allowing the reps to go out there and control the narrative in a marketplace that the dealership doesn't understand. It's insanity. It's pure insanity. It's unconscious incompetence. And there's a lot of folks out there that are taking advantage of that. Every time I hear that crackpot talking about 37% EBITDAs, I just immediately think, wow, he's really taking advantage of some of my friends with an unconscious incompetence. He's really taking advantage. Folks, please investigate what I'm talking about. You don't have to say, hey, I listened to Ray and he's right. Why don't you say this? Hey, I listened to Ray and I want to investigate why Ray's wrong. I want to set out on a path and find out why Ray's wrong, why we can make money at $1,500, how we can make under $3,000. And then investigate how I might be right. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the future's up to you, right? We all get it. But the future of print's falling off a damn cliff. And whether you're an OEM or whether you're a dealer, big or small, you got to diversify and transition. And we spent 10 and a half, what folks, we're going on like 15 years of this transition. And it's not hitting any home runs. There's a few folks out there doing it. But for an industry, we pretty much failed miserably. And we really have to rethink what we're doing. We have to rethink the peer groups we're in. We have to rethink who's at these peer groups. We have to rethink how are we validating what these folks are telling us. We have to start thinking about all this stuff. Because everybody watching me knows this. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see you all Monday.